Okay. I'm not sure why it's not going live. I'm not sure why it's. I'm guessing you can't hear me yet, Curtis. Hello. I'm just doing a test stream, and I don't really know what I'm doing. So let's just say that I can't even see my screen, so I won't really know if I'm showing anything or not. But y'all can let me know. I need to make some moderators, I guess, but it's probably early days for that. So we're just going to talk about a little bit about the melted buildings and something that we're pretty passionate about at the moment, and something I think is important that people see. So anyway, so I'm going to show something from. I'm just going to pull up some images from Yandex and do it that way. I think I'm supposed to share my screen somehow, but let's see. Can you guys see anything on the screen? Shalom, Wendy. Okay, so can you guys see that? I've shared my screen. Can you see the open window for showing stuff? Ah, yes. Infinity screen is up. Okay, so here's just, I'm just going to show some images from Ireland. It's just some nice buildings and stuff that I know. Uh, I'm from County Down, Northern Ireland, so just to let you know where that is, I'll show that. So if you all can see this, I'm going to try to keep an eye on my phone so that I can see what you guys are saying. It's so difficult because I've only got one screen and then my phone, But here's Northern Ireland, so and we are right on this eastern tip of Ireland, so we're really near Scotland. That's where I'm from, and this is County Down. This is my local area, and very small area. And this is Strangford Lough and the Irish Sea over here. And America, you guys and me are all the way over here. So anyway, just I know you guys know geography, but just wanted to show where we're talking about here. So County Down, that's right in there. I hope I'm not boring you. But so let's look at Downpatrick. It's really tricky because I don't know what you guys are saying or if you're bored or what. So, and then this is Downpatrick. So Downpatrick is on our little map, is right there in this spot. Okay. So you're right beside the Strangford Lough. And this first building I'm going to pull up, this is the Downpatrick Cathedral. Down Cathedral. Pretty big. For us, it's a pretty big building. It's not as glorious as some of the ones that you would see in other parts of Europe. But I have this in a folder, so I'm going to pull it up out of my folder instead. And there you go, Downpatrick Cathedral. So, and as you can see, it's an old building, right? It would be assumed to be an old building. And it looks like stone. It looks like it is stone. But what we've come to learn is that bricks, when they're heated up, you can see bricks right here, for instance. There's a brick right there. It's not the perfect shape because it has been melted. It has been heated up and squished down, you know, when it was in a molten state or soft state, you know. And but you can still see the red in a lot of these what you would call stone, but they were bricks before. As you can see here, they use bricks on the archway of this. And if you notice in the doorway, inside the doorway, it almost looks like the side of a cave. The texture of this is almost like the inside of a cave, where it has been cooked out so much that it started to balloon. The bricks started to grow in size, and that's what happened. So I just want to go look up this wall and just see there are brick remnants. You can see plainly that there are bricks still red in this building, and you can plainly see that. I know it's hard to comprehend, but that these, what looks like stones, what looks like blocks, are actually bricks. They were bricks initially, but when they got heated up to such a high degree, they started expanding. They expanded and became bigger. And I'm thinking some of them probably fused together when they were molten. So, and then if we go further up this wall, you'll see that these archways are destroyed. These archways probably were just like the one at the bottom initially and in better shape. Probably all bricks, really nice, gorgeous. And then when you move on up this building, you see that these were the same way. These were bricks too, but they got heated up and got shape. They were misshapen. And it just depended on how much heat it got to how much it expanded. Some of them, as you can see, got completely destroyed, annihilated. So on up this this building, as we reach the top, there was a spot I saw that was where the bricks were a lot better preserved. And then the next thing, at the top of this building, you see on the sides, on the corners, it has this nice fascia, this nice decorative flat surfaced fascia. And it looks as though, at first glance, that the bottom doesn't have a fascia, that it was just built this way. It looks as though, this was stone. They built it from stone. But the more that you look at it, it looks as though they've chipped off. This part would have been down here as well. The part where my cursor is was probably all the way down the side of this building. All the way down the side. And it probably got chipped off by whoever was sent to clean the job up, or sent to hide it, maybe cover it up, because they don't want us to know that that's what happened. So you can still see the red bricks here just beside the window. And then on the other side as well, you can see that there are still red in the bricks. They haven't completely cooked out just yet. And here's a few bricks which are pretty good shape. These bricks are in pretty good shape right there. You could probably chip the mortar off there and reuse those ones if you had to. So that's what we're seeing, is that, yeah, these heated up and became like rock. I did do an introduction video. If you want to know if bricks can change into a different shape or color. So, I do have that early on video if you're confused about it, because they definitely do melt, and they definitely do change color based on heat, how much heat they get. So that leaves us wondering, when did this happen? How did this happen? We get into all kinds of speculation about it, and that causes a little bit of trouble because everybody has their own beliefs about that. And I'm a Bible believer, so I don't make any apology for that. But I'm not going to stomp on anyone else's opinions or ideas. It's something that you have to discover for yourself, what you believe. And as we know, the Bible says that faith is the substance of things not seen, the evidence of things hoped for. So there is evidence to faith. It's not just blind. You don't have to just accept my word for it. But look at the windows on this building. Like, why? Why windows like this? In a time period where people were supposedly starving. Supposedly they couldn't feed themselves. And they were putting windows like this into buildings. It's very highly unlikely. And of course, up here you've got your castellation, which history books teach you that this is, where they poured boiling oil out onto people who were trying to get into the church, trying to, take it over, right? So seriously, you think that they waited till people ran up in here and then poured oil down there? If you were underneath that, you would know that's what they're going to do. Are we to assume that these people were stupid? and they would run in there and get oil poured all over them. That's not what they're for. Yeah, sorry, Curtis, I haven't got the little kitty headphones on tonight. I had to give them back. My daughter said that she wanted to have them back. So anyway, I just wanted to do a quick live stream and test out my StreamYard and my headphones, and I'm just wondering if everything's working good. So, sorry, I'm a bit jumpy on the mouse, a little bit nervous. So, but there are other buildings that we can look at. You know, I don't know about today. I'm afraid to click any buttons in case I click out of the window. Actually, let's see. That makes it full screen. I'm afraid I'm going to click out of StreamYard and shut the stream down. But here's another glorious one that I was looking at. This is in Cork. This building is in Cork. Okay, let's take a look at where Cork is. I'm sure you guys already know where Cork is, but so this star on this map, that's where I'm from. And that star, I'm not going to zoom in any further. You'll see the name of my town. My town is so small that I have to zoom right in to see the name of it. So that's where we are. Cork is right down on the other side of the not the other side, but kind of southwest from where I am, and there's Cork right there. So Cork is a lovely little fishing town. Let me just pull up. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys have ever been over to Ireland, but Cork right here, and very pretty town. As you can see, they have nice, colorful houses. It's a little fishing town. Let me pull this one up and see if we can get a better image of that. So, I'm sorry. I was hoping to just find that's where the Blarney Stone is and all that stuff. So, you know what I mean? But back to the task at hand, which was the cathedral. I was just going to look at that. Okay, sorry I'm jumping all over the place, guys. I'm trying to stay on topic, but also a little nervous because I haven't done it before. So, but this is Cork Cathedral, and it is glorious. But again, it's probably not as glorious as some of the buildings that you would see from Central Europe, Germany. They have some much larger ones. But the thing that I notice about this building, it's just mind blowing. And they're talking about this in like the 1600s and these kind of time periods. But as you all know, they didn't have the equipment to do this. They had horses and buggies and ropes and old equipment, as I've shown in some of my other videos. And that's why I delve into the history a little bit, is because people, they kind of don't even really know what they've been taught about it, about history. You get all these different variations of history that they teach, and then you're supposed to pick one. You're supposed to, decide which version you want. But obviously we have decided that we don't want any other versions, so and I don't. But this building is uh, pretty glorious, especially this window. I just noticed this window, and I wonder if you built a building like this, you would have picture after picture of construction photos, of you putting this thing in. I mean, can you imagine installing this window? You'd be so proud of yourself for building this building. You'd have 10,000 construction photos of it. But if you go looking for construction photos of these buildings, you might find one old black and white photo. And I did actually, I found one and it looks doctored. It looks like someone has, photoshopped it and it just doesn't seem right. But just amazing that they had a building like this at a time like this that they said, they people were in poverty and stuff like that. So, but I don't want to beat a dead horse. So, but just to let you know, the the history is lies. I mean, they're not telling the truth. And whether you go to Meltology and look at Meltology, or whether uh, you know, I don't know what your field of interest is. Not everybody's into Meltology, but the history is certainly lies. And I love all the channels that are exposing this kind of stuff, like My Lunch Break and all that stuff. I mean, even though they're not going gung ho on the Meltology, perhaps they are uncovering the lies. And I think that's really important that the lies are uncovered so that people can start to think about it, start to search about it, and discover it for themselves. But I'm going to get out of this stream, I think, and back to the original. So, well, I can see what you guys are saying now. Thankfully, I couldn't really see because I've only got one screen and I'm having to use my phone to like look at what the chat is. But, um, and then I don't even know if you wanted to bring someone on here, can you do it? How do you do that? Like, how do you drop the link in the StreamYard? I'm gonna try this, see if that'll work. Oh, does it have to be in the YouTube chat? I'm sorry for the silence. This is very unprofessional. So can someone join if they want to then? Can you guys see that link? Anybody want to join for the test? Yeah, I'm sorry about the silence. This is really unprofessional. Yeah. So if you want to join, you can, uh, and chat with me for a minute or not. I mean, I just wanted to make sure that how to do it, for when we do it, for real. Oh, yes. There's my buddy. How you doing?
Johnny Cool.
Hey, I'll go. What's happening, dude?
Hey, nice to talk to you. I'm glad you're streaming. That's good.
Yeah, well, it's kind of nerve-wracking, because I don't know what to do. So you're like, and I'm trying to look on this little phone to see the chat and to see how everybody's doing. It's kind of tricky, isn't it? I mean,
It is. It takes a little practice.
yeah, you've been doing this for a while, so you get real good at it.
I think you did great for a first time, and you tried your first time live, which is very courageous.
Yeah,
It is.
why? Uh, Shame on you, Johnny. Why, Melanie? What are you talking about? I don't know. I sometimes I don't know what people are talking about in the chat. You know what I mean? I kind of get half of it. You kind of you miss some things. You kind of assume that you know what they're talking about, but
Oh yeah,
yeah.
unless you read it the whole time. Plus, it's Melanie, so she could
Uh,
be fooling about anything, right?
yeah, yeah, I guess.
She's
Yeah.
kind of
So,
silly sometimes.
but yeah, I wanted to start this ball rolling and just kind of get going at it and maybe get a bit more content and creativity about it. So.
Well, I think you navigated the sharing a tab really well and showing the pictures really good. That was seamless and smooth.
Oh,
And there's
nice.
just a delay sometimes, like when you ask something and then they type it in YouTube, there's a delay.
Yeah, I've noticed that there is a bit of a delay, isn't there?
Yep.
I mean, was it like 3 or 4 seconds maybe, or
Yeah, so it depends on
something?
the connection. Sometimes mine's up to 8 or 10 seconds later.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, it was so focusing in on doing the stream, the stuff. I wasn't really thinking about chatting or anything. You know, I'm
Right.
not ready for that yet. Like so, but we're just getting on this horse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to do a bunch of I mean, obviously the meltology is my biggest focus right now. And I think it's important. You know, and the more you see it, it's like the more obvious it is. It's one of
And the
those
more you
deals,
see it, yeah, and
right?
the more you see it everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Have
And
you
it's not.
ever Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
Have you ever spent time on Google Earth looking at places that appeared to have had civilizations? And there's infrastructure lines and then there's like
Hmm.
nothing else?
Well, that was one of the things that got me thinking about this in the beginning. Actually, was underwater. There was a lot of underwater structures that were being shown, and it wasn't being shown as archaeology or anything like that. It was just like kind of divers that were, going down just for fun. You know what I mean? And they were coming across these huge structures. It was off the coast of China, I think, and
Okay.
and the diver, the step of thing was taller than the diver in the
Oh
pictures I
my.
saw. Yeah, and you're like thinking, where did those come from? You know?
Say, Johnny, can you hold on for like just 10 seconds?
Yeah, no worries, man.
I'll be right back.
No worries. But yeah, I think we're rolling now. So hopefully we'll get better, guys, and we'll get some more better content, and I'll actually have a plan. You know, the plan tonight was just to get on here and
Sorry about
get
that, sir.
this thing rolling. So, oh, no worries, no worries. But so you got a busy night going on there?
Oh, I don't. We had a power outage last night. And when I reset my alarm, apparently I set it to PM instead of AM.
Okay.
So my old clock radio was going off and I didn't want it to get super loud.
Oh, I hear you. I hear
Oh,
you. Yeah.
up in Eastern Russia, there's a bunch of places that look like it was very populated
Yeah. Yeah.
because you can
Oh, you mean
see
like
it looks like lines and roads and where houses used to be.
is it Siberia? Siberia?
Parts of
Is that
it,
what
but
you're
a little
talking?
further south.
I've seen the lines on the ground, and it was like one of those mysteries, wasn't it? People were like thinking, is this like a building, like a huge building or something that they're doing? And is
Right.
that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that stuff. Yeah, it was very interesting. And I mean, we're now that we're looking at this melt stuff, it's like anything's possible, bro. Honestly, it's possible. I think they, like, we're saying that even the mountains are like were melted buildings. You know, that's as far as this goes. And I know it's hard to see it, Algo, if you're not looking deeply into it. You know, but yeah, I mean, the evidence is kind of clear. You know, especially those ones where when the side falls off a mountain and there's like a, and people are going like, what? How is there a door behind this in this mountain?
Or
You know,
windows.
and
Yeah.
yeah. So it just, the more we look at it, the more it kind of gets more clear. It's kind of like Earth when you first started doing that. You know, the more you did it, the clearer it became to where you didn't even think about it, right? You just automatically know what the
Right.
answers are. Uh, just like that. But
Well, and I tell you, from the melt people that I know and run across, the coolest thing to me is nobody's stuck there.
mm,
Like there's flat earthers that are flat earthers and they're stuck there, and
yeah,
everything else is stupid except for flat earth, and they've been doing it for 12 years, and maybe it's for clicks or money. But it seems that the people that can either look at a hill and understand that, well, it's probably not an organic hill, they seem to
right.
be the most open-minded about everything.
I mean, yeah, because I don't know. I've been called crazy a lot, you know, my life. So it really doesn't bother me to be called crazy. In fact, you know, it's like kind of normal. But so with this here, it's like it opens up a whole lot more, uh like with the Bible, for instance, opens up a whole new door for to look into concerning the Bible and how it fits with this, you know. And that's the one thing we've been discovering is that there is talks about, you know, melted buildings,
Hmm.
and it just gives us a whole new perspective of you know, how to think about this stuff, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And the biggest thing it did for me, it confirms so many different ideas that I had.
Mm.
And in reference to the Bible, it made me question, okay, where
Mm,
are we in that whole timeline then?
yes, that's the important part to me personally. I know to others it's not. They don't like the Bible aspect of it, but for me, yes, it helps me to know where we are in that scenario, you know. And I honestly, I mean, the term is preterist, I think, is what they coin it as. You know what I'm talking about, Algo?
I don't know what
Y
that word means.
There's a term, preterist. It's a person who believes that the millennial reign has already happened, and there's a whole doctrine around it.
Okay.
I'm not a preterist. I have never studied preterism. I don't even know what they even believe. But I just know that the more evidence I see about this, I think that the millennial reign already has happened. I mean,
So
that's
do I.
just, dude, I mean,
Yeah.
we're in such a world of lies right now. Every single thing that we do or hear about is usually lies, you know, unless it's from each other, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, you kind of watch the
Politics is
news.
lies, the medicine's the lies,
Yeah, the
everything is.
medicine.
Yeah.
I mean, I, I don't want to talk reveal
We don't
too
need to get
much.
you kicked off right now.
No, no, about me, but I worked in the pharmaceutical industry
Okay.
actually, so you know, I know what they do.
Got some
I don't
reference points for that.
I don't want to end up getting killed here, bro. So you know,
Right.
I'll just not say too much about that. But yeah, I mean, I know what they do, how they make their stuff. So I mean, when all that stuff happened, you know, with the C word and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, I already knew it was a lie,
Yeah.
just out of the gate.
Which is
But,
great for you and your family and you and the people you care about. That's awesome.
well,
A lot of people didn't, which is a shame, but
yeah, I was a long time ago, even before flat Earth, before any of this stuff. I was anti-vaccine from the very start. Just and none of my children are vaccinated. There's 5 of them. They're totally healthy. In fact, my son he could take me. You know what I mean? I'll go. He could definitely take me out. So he so healthy, all of them, not a problem, not one thing.
That's why I say praise God, man.
You know what I mean? So
that you made that choice. That was
it was a hard choice. It was a difficult choice because it meant that one of us has to stay home, do the schooling. Because we don't school them either. We don't send them to school. They stay at home, and we have two graduates so far. Two have graduated high school. So you know what I mean. And you can do all that from home. Don't let anybody tell you can't. You can do all that, even the college stuff. You can do from home. So
I always knew you were a good dude. I just didn't know how good until this conversation.
Not good, bro. It's just like God took me and okay, here's my testimony. So I got saved in a nightclub. Okay. I was tripping on acid when I got saved. Believe it or not.
Right? I believe that. Yeah.
So God told me, he said, if you don't get out of this nightclub, you're going to die. That was it. That was all he said. I mean, those words, there was no like additional help than that. It was just like, just got to make a decision right now. So I did. So, and I never turned back. That's why I know my faith can't be shaken. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll go, when something like that happens, no one can tell you, oh, this didn't happen. No one can tell you, oh, there's another way about this. Oh, there's lies about the Bible. They've changed the Bible, blah, 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 blah. Nothing on earth can change what happened to me,
Nope.
So, and that's it.
And all of us, each one of us knows the difference between the voice inside our head that's not ours, our own mind, and then something that's divine like that. If you ever experience that, that was the real deal saying, look, pal. So I think that's great.
What is stabby talk? I don't know what stabby talk is, Melanie. Sorry.
That thing that they stab you, yeah. Yeah, when you talk about what you were against.
Oh, if I start talking about that, it might be a little bit worse than getting banned off YouTube. Just saying.
He'd tell state secrets and our friend would no longer be here.
I mean, you're talking about multi-million-dollar industries right there, Algo.
Trillion. They don't screw around.
And the one I worked in was a very, very small one. And even they made, I think, 26 million the year I was there.
Yeah. Crazy money.
That's profit. That was profit. So, you know what I mean? But there's bigger ones than that. But they don't like you talking about their stuff.
No, they don't. So, my friend, I got to take a phone call, but I'm so glad that you let me join you, and thank you for having me on.
Oh, no, it was great, man. Thank you. Thanks for helping me out. Yeah.
You got it. Anytime.
We'll
see you next time, okay?
All right. How do I get you off here? Oh, he just goes away. Okay, that's good. Just learning all this stuff. It's kind of, a lot of it's automatic. Does anybody want to join? You want to join, Melanie? I'll drop that StreamYard link in there again, just in case anybody wants to join me. But yeah, I just wanted to test it out, guys, tonight, and just make sure that everything was working right. And one of these nights, I'll have something important to say. And but thanks for joining me, and love you guys, and I appreciate you supporting me. So you want to come on, Pants On? No pressure, bro. I mean, honestly, I'm just testing it. I'm just making sure I know how to do all the buttons and stuff. So, but this is through StreamYard, so it's not too bad. Pretty easy. Well, take care, guys, and I will see you on the next stream if no one wants to join, and that's fine. But love y'all, and have a good night.